Are you looking to buy calls or buy puts, but you just don't have the capital to do it and you want to grow your account as fast as possible? Well, guess what? I've got the solution just for you. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. Be sure to subscribe and tap the bell if you enjoy this content and you want more of it. Give me a thumbs up too, as it greatly helps the channel grow. I appreciate you guys being here. This is going to be a good one. I'm going to show you guys how you can get into stocks that are just too expensive for your portfolio size by buying calls, not only cheaper, but making more of a profit so that you can grow your small account exponentially into a bigger account a lot faster than you ever thought possible. In this video, I'm going to show you a strategy that I've been teaching my students in the Discord and the one-on-one coaching. You guys are going to love it. And of course, we all want to grow our portfolio as fast as possible. And this is a really great strategy. In fact, I have a lot of students in my Discord right now that are using it and making a lot of money. In fact, I have students that have made $7,000 over the last few days on different trades. And I also have students that have grown portfolios from $1,000 or $2,000 to $10,000 in as little as a month. So if you guys are looking at achieving financial freedom, maybe you're having trouble in the market, or you're just looking to get better, I would love to teach you and help you grow your financial wealth and your financial freedom. I have one-on-one coaching, Discord, and full training course. You guys can sign up at investwithcorey.com. The link is in the information box below. I also launched my masterclass boot camp, which filled up in just a few days. So now I have to launch another one the second week of August. If you guys want to join that, that's going to help you master stocks, options, technicals, fundamentals, financials, and just overall give you guys the fundamental strength that you need to become independent and achieve financial freedom, and I hope that I can help you achieve that. So we're going to dive into the strategy today, which is a call debit spread. We're going to talk about a put debit spread in a different video. In this video, we're just going to look at calls on Nvidia and Tesla, very expensive stocks that most people with a portfolio under 20,000 really can't mess with. Now, if you have 10,000 or less, you can buy calls on Nvidia, but if you have less than 5,000, it really starts getting difficult because these call contracts could be upwards of $1,000 to $1,500. In fact, Meta is even more expensive. It can be sometimes $2,000 for a decent call contract, meaning you really need 10,000 plus to play with options on any of these stocks, and you need 50,000 plus to buy 100 shares. So if you have a small account of say $2,000 or $3,000, I'm going to show you how you can grow exponentially as long as you have a good idea of where the stock is going to go and a decent idea of when that's going to happen. Let's dive right into the chart and the options chain. Let me show you how you can grow your portfolio 2x, 3x, 5x, heck, even 10x per trade. I've seen some trades go 50x. It just really depends, but usually 2 to 3x, maybe 5x on this strategy, which is awesome considering it's so cheap. Let's dive right in. So first, we want to have a really good idea of where the stock's going to go and when it's going to happen. We can see a really big pullback happened with Nvidia. This is the second double peak as a downward trend is now very relevant. We can now see there's a downward trend in Nvidia as well with the double peak. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for Nvidia to consolidate a little bit. We're going to time this out. And once it drops a little and consolidates, it's probably going to consolidate around 124 or 121. We're going to wait to see if it resists 125. If not, we're going to wait for it to keep falling and consolidate. Once that happens, that's when we're going to enter our long position at least 2 weeks out to give us time. Now, we can see here that it's not quite settled in at 125, but let's say hypothetically 125, 126 is where it does consolidate. Let's head over to the options chain and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So here we are in Nvidia options. We are going to go out 2 weeks to July 26. We're going to click on buy call. This works anywhere in the future. This is just the expiration date currently that I'm using trading options. So we can see that Nvidia, let's say it's settled, it's consolidating, a lot of resistance at 126. It's likely in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks that Nvidia is going to jump up to 130. In fact, going to 130 or even 135 is quite easy for Nvidia. So if we were to buy the contract here for $130 strike, we can see it's $445. There's got to be a way to make this cheaper. Well, there is. Let me show you how to do that. We're going to click on sell call and we're going to go one leg above to 131 and click sell. And we're going to use the short position to finance the long position. Now this is only going to cost us $43, but we're going to make $57. So we are a little bit more than doubling our money. So this is a 2x return. Actually, it's like a 2.1x return. And all Nvidia has to do is go go to $130, which it's done 3 times in the past 2 weeks. So if this happens, we just click continue. We'll try to get filled at 43. Let's try to get filled at 40 actually. And let's say we open up 10 of these contracts. If NVIDIA goes to $130, we make $600 on 400, which like I said, is more than doubling our money. If the stock price doesn't go up after the first week, week and a half, and we feel like it's consolidating and we're losing on the theta decay, and this is only worth $350 and we paid 400, we're out $50 or $60, you can close it just like you did a long position because it's a spread. You just buy, you just sell to close. You bought to open, you sell to close, just like a long put, which is a put that you buy, or a long call, which is a call that you buy. This is not the same as a credit spread, which you sell to open, then you have to buy it back. We bought this, we're just gonna sell it cheaper than we paid for it, like a regular option. So with this option, it's a little bit cheaper, but if we feel like, you know, we wanna go even cheaper than that, let's say we feel like NVIDIA is gonna go to like 135. What we would do is we would take this off, we would sell the 135, and we would buy the 134. Now it's only 300 to make 700. We're spending 100 less and making 100 more, $200 difference. So now this is like almost a 2.5x return. It's like a 2.25x return, which is really good. Think about this. $300 gets you a $700 profit versus if you were to just buy the long call, like we were going to do. Let's take a look at this. If we just buy the $134 long call, in order to make $700, NVIDIA would have to go to almost 138 to make $700. Versus if we do it this way, NVIDIA only has to go to 135 to make $700. So we make max profit faster and it's cheaper to buy the option. So we're saving on the upfront cost and we're making max profit quicker. The only benefit to the long position without financing it is if NVIDIA was to go to $140, we still only make $700 versus the long call. If that was to happen and NVIDIA went to 140, it could make $2,400. So there's a caveat to everything. However, if you really look at it, it's a really good strategy, especially when you're looking at long positions that are 3-4 weeks out during earnings and potentially massive moves like on Meta, which I'll show you in a minute. But let's say we expect the stock, maybe we think it's going to go to 145 this earnings because there's just so much going on with the stock. There's a lot of catalysts happening. Here's what we'll do. We will buy the 144, sell the 145. This only costs $10 and we could make 90. So if we were to do 10 of those, we're looking at 100 into 900. This is a 10x return. Could NVIDIA go to $145 in the next 2-3 weeks? Absolutely. They were just at 137 earlier today. It would only have to move like another $8 in a week and a half, which is very possible on earnings. And the thing about debit spreads like this, you don't need to realize max profit. If you buy this debit spread right now, this debit call spread for $10 per contract, and the price was to go up, let's say, I don't know, $5 to 130, you could sell this for more than you bought it for. You don't need to hold it to make max profit. You could sell it and make some profits along the way. However, it's really beneficial to hold this contract until the stock price enters the green, which is where your break even is. In this situation, 144. Let's take a look at what we would do on Meta. Meta, same thing. We'll go out, let's say to next week, just as an example, because we feel like something's going to happen next week. We just have some form of catalyst, news, earnings. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at call contracts. 511, we think Meta's going to go to 535, which it's happened many times. Look at this contract, $300. Not a lot considering it's Meta. The volatility is not that bad, but $291 versus if we finance it is only going to cost $77 to make $423. Look at this massive profit. This is insane. This is like a 6x return. All we have to do is have Meta move to 540, which has done this many times before. Meta has moved this amount many times, even without earnings. So this is a 7x return, 77 into 423. However, if we wanted to be a little bit safer, we could go ahead and buy the 525 and sell the 530, 143 into 357. Again, this is a 3x return. If we were to go ahead and spend $500, which is what it would cost us for the 525, or 365 for the 530, so we get at least buy 2 or 3 of these contracts, we're looking at turning 286 into 714. If we were to buy 3, we're turning $400, as little as $400, and we could make 1,000. This is an insane way to grow your portfolio, and it's fairly safe as long as you know the direction the stock is going to move, or at least have a general idea, and also a general idea of when. And with Meta, it only has to move from 511 511 to 530. It's only like a $19 move. And in a week or two, that's not much for Meta at all. I've seen Meta move $20 in a day. So in 2 weeks, very doable, especially if we catch it where it's bouncing on a resistance or support, especially if we catch it while it's bouncing on a support and it's starting to head back up. This kind of a move is very realistic. If you're feeling like the move is going to be substantial, we could always buy the 550 and sell the 555. This is 30 into 470. This right here is like a 12 or 15x return. This is nuts. Like we could buy a couple of these contracts. We could do 10. 300 bucks turns into 5 grand. 300 to make 5 grand. Meta's only got to go from 510 to 555. A $40 move on Meta in 2 weeks during earnings, very doable. This is like a Hail Mary play. You could set this up about a week before earnings, and as long as they beat the estimate and go up, you can make 5K off $300. This is so powerful because it gives you a much lower full profit or max profit than just buying it outright, and you get more contracts. So this is a lot of profit. 5 grand out of 300. If we were to unfinance this here and just buy this, what would it take to make $500? So let's buy 3 contracts, same price, $300. Actually, it's a little more, $330. To make 5 grand, what would we have to do? Meta would have to go to 566 versus if we were to sell this contract, Meta would only have to go to 555. So $11 less of a move to make the same money. This is very critical because if we're expecting a certain amount of movement, but not much more than that, it's a little bit safer to implement this strategy. It's cheaper, so we get more contracts and a lower break-even price. Cheaper entry. Very good strategy. If you guys like this strategy and you want more just like it, maybe you're looking to better yourself and grow your portfolio and you're looking for one-on-one coaching, I would love to help you. You guys can sign up at any time at investwithcorey.com. Link is in the information box below. Let's take a look at one more example. Tesla. Tesla is very expensive. We'll go out 2 weeks, July 26th. If we were to buy a $280 call, 450 bucks, go ahead and sell the 280-250. Now we're getting in for $40 to make $210. Very powerful yet again. If we were to come down a little closer, let's say we were going to do a 260 and sell the 260-250, again 73 into 177, or we could do 135 into 365, again 2, 3, 4x returns. And it allows you to afford to get into these stocks if you have a smaller portfolio. Let's say you only have $1,000 portfolio. Well, you could realistically buy 4 of these contracts for $540 to make $1,400, and you could do the same thing on Meta. You got $1,000 wrapped up. If both trades work out, your $1,000 account just became $4,000 or $5,000 quite easily. So you just 5x your portfolio in 2 weeks. This is a very powerful strategy, and as long as you understand the technicals, the fundamentals on the chart, the candlestick patterns, support, resistance, supply and demand, you understand where the stock is going, catalyst, news, then you can implement this to grow exponentially. And that's exactly what I teach my students that are just like you in my Discord and my full training course and one-on-one coaching is technicals, fundamentals, reading charts, understanding news, and just overall sentiment in the market. So I said before, if this interests you and you want to expand your knowledge, I would love to help you grow your portfolio and have the financial freedom that you ultimately deserve. You guys can sign up at any time, investwithcorey.com in the information box below. You guys can see how powerful a call debit spread is for growing a small portfolio. With just $1,000, you could turn that into $4,000 or $5,000, and you only have to make 2 good trades on 2 really good stocks that are moving in a direction that you're sure it's going to move. That might seem like a lot, but when you're looking at Tesla, Meta, Netflix, Apple, Amazon, stocks like this, AMD, or even Google for that matter, when you're looking at earnings and you see that the stock is likely to go up, it's at a support or a demand zone where everybody's buying it, and you see there's a lot of room to move and you think it's going to beat earnings, this is the prime opportunity. Or maybe there's a big news catalyst that you caught on the news, or maybe you have a news scanner and you saw something pop off and you think the stock is really going to move. As little as $500 can turn into $1,500 or $2,000. And this is huge for a small account. And this is just one of the many strategies that I teach my students in the Discord, and they're all making lots of money because I've taught them all the different strategies they can implement into their portfolio. I have students that have made $7,000 in one trade, students that have taken their accounts from $2,500 all the way up to $15,000, other students that started with $5,000 that now have $20,000. It really depends on the size of your portfolio and what you're looking to do, but I take the time to really nurture and help all of my students grow their financial freedom. So if you're looking to grow your financial freedom, learn learn a lot more and grow your wealth and you're looking to get better, I would love to be your one-on-one coach with full Discord access and training course. You guys can sign up at any time at investwithcorey.com, right there on the screen or in the information box below. You can also sign up for my free newsletter, tips and strategies, right to your email box every single week. The information is all in the info box below. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope to speak with you soon. And until the next video, be sure to subscribe and tap the bell so you know when I post new videos, and give me a thumbs up as it greatly helps the channel grow. And don't worry, I know this video's over, but I've got another one just for you. And that video is right here. Click that video. I'll see you over there, guys. And remember, until the next video, let's grow our wealth together. Take care, guys. If you're still here, click the video. You guys are going to love it. I'm already over there. I'm in 2 places at the same time. Trust me, I'm over there.